Likely seen and heard the word Kratom circulating on social media recently. Some have referred to it as gas station heroin or legal morphine.
KCBD News Channel 11's Madeline Hall spoke to a researcher who says that's not necessarily the case.
Form of Eastern medicine making its way west. Kratom, derived from the leaves of a tree indigenous to Southeast Asia, has found itself the topic of conversation by the federal government and on social media, despite its use in other cultures for decades.
Scientifically, by definition, it is an opioid, and yet it is sold in vape stores, in smoke shops, in convenience stores, and gas stations.
Depending on what you read, the psychoactive botanical offers a variety of effects, from anxiety and pain relief to improving focus. That's because it affects multiple receptors in your brain, prompting both stimulation and opioid-like relief.
And so the chemistry acts on about 4 different systems in our body, including serotonin, some opioid, some dopaminergic or dopamine, and then alpha-adrenergic. So it's a really complicated botanical. And I think that's really important because if people are consuming it, they're not just consuming one thing, they're consuming a lot of different constituents.
Due to its opioid-like effects, Kratom has earned the nicknames gas station heroin and legal morphine. Kirsten Smith is an assistant professor with the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine and a leading expert on Kratom. She says that's not a fair characterization.
If this really were legal morphine or legal heroin, such that people ended up having respiratory depression or widespread addiction or things like that, this would probably be a conversation that would have ended years ago. What is almost just a fact at this point is that we have millions of people using Kratom, and they've been using again since 2004.
A lot is still unknown about the plant and how it affects the body. While it's not yet federally regulated, many states, including Texas, have put restrictions or outright bans in place.
Again, just not something that I think is appropriate for people under really under the age of 18 or 21 to be consuming when they really don't know what's in it. These are psychoactive substances, and they should be regulated and studied further.
The FDA has already taken steps to restrict Kratom compounds. Earlier this year, it recommended classifying 7-OH, a synthetic byproduct of Kratom, as a controlled substance. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said its wide availability could lead to a national crisis.
They're candy flavored. This is really a sinister industry.
So far, the government has only brought up restrictions on 7-OH, but the push for restrictions on Kratom as a whole is growing. Smith says while regulations are a good thing, an outright ban could affect millions who are using it for real medical issues like addiction relief.
I do worry personally about the repercussions of what would happen if Kratom were to become scheduled, because there are people who are using it as a form of harm reduction. We have found that there are about, I would say, a third of active Kratom consumers, maybe more, but at least a third who are in long-term recovery and using Kratom as a non-abstinent recovery tool.
Smith says acknowledging the risks with any substance or supplement you take is important. The best thing you can do is research before deciding for yourself whether it's worth it. Madeline Hall, KCBD News Channel 11.